Hi there, my name is Danni and I'm the host of the podcast, What Are You Going to Do With That? And in this series of short videos, I try and give you some tips and advice for early career researchers or ECRs. If you like these videos, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any comments or any requests for future topics we should discuss, please let us know in the comments below or connect with us on our social media channels with the handle @whatstodowiththat. In a previous video, we already discussed the importance of publications. We discussed that issue of publish or perish. We talked about when to publish and, more importantly, where to publish. But with that, we are not done yet with the discussion on publications. So in this video, I'd like to talk about a very important issue with publications, which is the language you write in. And specifically, writing in a language that is not your own. Now, as you might have noticed by now, my native language is not English. My first language was actually Dutch. And I'm doing my research in Israel, and I'm writing it in English. So I relate to this question very much. In which language you choose to write in for publications is a very important question that you should ask yourself before you start. Nowadays, it seems that a lot of people automatically choose English for obvious reasons. But there are other options, so you should keep that in mind. And when you choose what language to write, I'm trying to help you here with some pros and some cons on writing in your own language or in another one. Let me start by saying that when you choose a language for your writing, you have to keep in mind your target audience. If you focus on something that is very local, and your audience is the local academic community, or local politicians, or local stakeholders, then of course it would make more sense to write in that local language, because then there's a bigger chance that your target audience will actually read it, because also for them, it's easier to do that in their language. Other pros of writing in your own language, of course, is that it's often easier, faster, and more intuitive, simply because you also think in that language. A downside of publishing in your own language could be that you actually limit your potential audience instead of the target audience, right? So when you would publish in English or French or Spanish, which are more international languages, you could actually reach a much larger audience that is also outside of your bubble. And this could be potentially good for people to more easily find you through a Google search, which could then also lead to more collaboration or even invitations to come and discuss your writing in or present it abroad. Another important issue that we should discuss here is that of direct writing versus translating a text that was originally in your own language. We recommend to start practicing direct writing from the start. With translations, you could actually get lost in translation, and you don't want that to happen to your thesis. Every language has their own flow or rhythm or idioms, and it's very difficult to translate that. So we suggest that if you plan to really work in the language that is new to you, to invest in that. Try to improve your language skills and your proficiency in this new language to you. This could be very important. It might not have to get to full professional proficiency, even though that's the ultimate goal, of course. But even working proficiency will get you very far in writing. And that leads us to the next point, which is editing. Never underestimate or neglect an adequate editing of your work. That also goes for writing in your native language. Editing, after all, is a profession on its own. There's just this one word of caution when you talk about having an editor check your work, especially when it comes to language. You will have to go over it again and see how it's been edited exactly, so that it didn't make significant changes to your thesis. Because in the end, you still want to have your point come across in any language. Do you agree with the pros and the cons that we've just mentioned? Or do you have any other tips for people who are writing in their native language or in a foreign language? Please let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe and also to contact us on our social media channels. See you there!